All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're looking at a company with a plan so big, so audacious, that it aims to reshape an entire nation's economy. And the wildest part, it all kicks off with a powerful automated trading bot. And that question, that really gets to the core of this company's whole philosophy. They have this concept, "tay không bắt giặc." It's an old Vietnamese saying, and it means catching the enemy with bare hands. The whole idea is creating massive value seemingly out of thin air. So how do you even start building an empire from nothing? Well, according to this group, the very first thing you do is build an incredible money-making machine. Now, this is the central claim, isn't it? The engine that supposedly powers everything else. It sounds almost impossible. So let's break down how they say it actually works. 4x. That number right there. That's where this story goes from interesting to just wild. We are not talking about a few extra percentage points. This is a claim of a 400% return, month after month. So this is their secret weapon. It's called Con AI. And the idea is actually pretty simple. Human traders lose money because, well, we're human. We get greedy, we get scared, we make emotional mistakes. This AI, though, is designed to be the perfect trader, executing a strategy with flawless, cold, machine-like discipline. And this right here really nails the problem they're trying to solve. The source material talks about how even the most experienced traders will hold a losing trade, hoping it'll turn around, only to wipe out their entire account. The AI is programmed to never do this. It just follows the rules, period. No fear, no hope, just pure discipline. So who is this mysterious company behind this incredible technology? Well, their story is just as dramatic as their financial claims. Their journey has been, and I mean this, a total roller coaster. They started back in 2015 as Ba Chi Hua, which means 3 keys, and it was all about testing ideas of trust. But by 2019, that trust was completely shattered. The money ran out and the whole project just imploded spectacularly. Investors were left furious, throwing around accusations of fraud. But now, they're back, risen from the ashes, they claim, and stronger and wiser than ever. And this slide just captures the absolute core of their transformation. They claim their first attempt failed because it was built on this soft foundation of love. This time around, they've rebuilt everything on a hard foundation of discipline. It's a complete 180, a philosophical shift from a vague ideal to a pragmatic, hard-edged approach. And this quote sums up that new ideology perfectly. It's all about being resourceful, using your smarts and strategy to create capital where none exists. It's literally the art of building an empire from absolute zero. Okay, so we've got a money-making AI and a reborn company, but their ambition goes way, way beyond just making profits. They have a national, maybe even an international agenda. $600 billion. This is the number that changes the entire game. According to the source, Japanese investors are getting ready to pour an estimated $600 billion into the ASEAN region. So the big question is, where is all that money going to go? The top candidate, it turns out, is Vietnam. And it's for one main reason: political stability. Big money investors, they hate uncertainty, and Vietnam offers a stable environment for those huge long-term projects. But there's a problem. And here is that problem, laid out perfectly. There's this massive gap between the super high standards and work culture expected by Japanese investors and the current skill level of the local labor force. If that gap doesn't get closed, there's just no way Vietnam can absorb that massive wave of investment. And this is their solution, a truly grand plan. We're so far beyond trading bots at this point. This is a proposal for a massive nationwide program to train 1 million workers and build 200,000 businesses, all up to those demanding Japanese standards. And get this, they claim this isn't even a new idea, but the end result of a strategy that's been in the works since 1979. Okay, so this is where the story takes its most surprising and definitely its most controversial turn. That financial machine and the national training program, they say those are all just means to a much larger political end. And there it is, the most direct claim of all. The source explicitly states this is a silent company of the Communist Party. And it says that while key members don't need to be official party members, their loyalty must be, and I quote, absolute. So, how does this all connect? Well, here's the logic they present. The ultimate goal is to protect the ruling party. The best way to do that is to make the people wealthy and the nation strong. Why? Because a prosperous population is a content, stable population. And that very stability is the number one thing you need to attract hundreds of billions in foreign investment, which creates this self-reinforcing cycle of wealth and political security. So let's just take a step back. We have gone from a trading bot to a plan for national economic transformation and finally to a full-blown geopolitical strategy. The scale of this vision is just breathtaking. And they've set a very clear, very high-stakes test for themselves. The company must achieve $1 billion in revenue by March of next year. This, they say, is the proof of concept. If they can hit this target, their whole grand plan is legitimate. So let's just recap the incredible layers here. It all starts with a seemingly impossible financial tool, which funds a company reborn with a hardcore philosophy of discipline, which then launches a mission to transform an entire nation's workforce, all with the ultimate goal of ensuring long-term political stability. It's an absolutely astonishing chain of ambition. And that really leaves us with a final question. Is this a genuine, revolutionary blueprint for national prosperity built on a foundation of technology and discipline? Or is it simply a delusion, a story just too grand and too ambitious to ever be real? Well, that's for you to decide.